Okay, so this is Hamlet Act 3, Scene 3. And so um, Claudius is meeting with Rosencrantz Guildenstern, and he's telling them basically that Hamlet must be sent away to England for his own safety. In reality, this is just Claudius trying to get rid of Hamlet before Hamlet poses a danger to him or figures out the truth. Um, he tells Rosencrantz and Guildenstern that he wants them to go with Hamlet to make sure basically that he goes and that he gets on the boat and that he gets there and stays there. So, of course, because they're loyal to the king and they're a bunch of brown nosers, they agree. So, Polonius steps in, and Polonius tells Claudius that Hamlet is on his way to his mother and that Polonius is going to eavesdrop. And so Polonius quickly gets out of there and runs over to Gertrude's room so that he can find a place to hide. Left alone, the play does something that you really don't see very often in plays of this time period. In fact, maybe not even at all. And we actually shift our point of view from this focus on Hamlet to Claudius. And so, for the first time in this play, we get a soliloquy, the inner dialogue, the inner thoughts of a character other than Hamlet. And in this case, we are given a soliloquy of Claudius. Claudius is left alone in a room where he is basically on his knees trying to pray for forgiveness. The play that he watched cut him to the core. And all of those feelings and emotions and evil deeds that he had done, he had tried to push down and forget about them and move past them. But watching them unfold on stage had the exact desired effect that Hamlet thought it would, and it forced Claudius to confront his evil past. And so Claudius is just devastated by what he's done, and he acknowledges that what he's done is purely evil, and he is deeply sorry for it, and he is beside himself with grief. But he's also smart enough to realize that he's probably not going to get forgiveness for this, because he's still profiting from his evil deeds. And he understands that if he truly wants forgiveness, he's going to have to basically give up his crown and give up his wife and turn himself in. And he's just not prepared to do that. So he understands that basically he's probably never going to get forgiven while he still retains his wife and his crown. So as he's praying and as he's trying to pray and go through all this guilt, Hamlet, on his way to see his mother, stops by, and he sees, as he passes by, Claudius all alone with his back to Hamlet. And Hamlet's like, ooh, opportunity. And so finally, in Act 3, Hamlet pulls out his sword, and he's ready to get his revenge and fulfill the destiny that was assigned to him. And then he hears Claudius praying. And as he's lifting up his sword, ready to deliver the killing blow, Claudius hasn't even realized that Hamlet was in the room. Hamlet hears Claudius praying, and he decides, wait a minute, if I kill him now while he's getting forgiveness, his soul will go straight to heaven. This guy killed my father. I'm willing to risk going to hell to get revenge for my father's death. By sending my father's killer to heaven? Screw that. That is not okay with me. My father's killer deserves to burn in hell for what he's done. I'm not going to kill him now. I'm going to wait until he's sinning again. And then in that moment of sinning, then I will strike. And then his soul will be damned to hell. That's what I'll do. And so he puts his sword away and he heads over to see his mother. The irony here is that shortly after Hamlet leaves, Claudius gets up off his knees, dusts himself off, and says, well, I guess praying's not going to work. I guess I'm never going to get forgiven for this because I'm just not about ready to stop being king. So screw it. I guess I'm just not going to pray anymore. So Hamlet misses a golden opportunity. Now, there are a lot of critics out there that believe that this is just another excuse that Hamlet gives for procrastinating. And some critics believe that Hamlet had a valid point that he was making here. So, my question to you is, which side of the fence are you on? Do you think Hamlet was right in not killing Claudius here and risking sending his soul to heaven? Or do you think that Hamlet missed a golden opportunity to get the revenge that he's been trying to get? I'll leave that up to you to decide. Either way, scene 4, Hamlet is going to go talk to his mother, and we're going to hit the peak of the climax of this play.